It's Matt Clare, president and founder of M3 TV, also president and founder of the American Basketball League. They kind of go hand in hand, and we'll tell you about that in a little bit. But today is a significant day for the ABL. Today we are signing our first ABL ball player, Kevin Molina. Kevin is a local product here out of San Antonio, Texas, and he will be playing for ABL's Texas Titanium. So we're going to get him signed up. We might be signing another ball player later on today in 6'7" Shaquille Hall. Shaq has quite a bit of experience. He's in his mid-30s. He's played professionally in the ABA and a couple of other leagues, and we're going to try and get him in today too, if we can. Anyway, so in a few moments, the signing of Kevin Molina to an ABL contract, the first in our history. We'll be back in a moment. So welcome back again. This is Matt Clare, and I have next to me the historic Kevin Molina. And again, Kevin is from the San Antonio, Texas area. We're here in New Braunfels right now. And Kevin, I'm just going to ask you for a few quick words. I mean, how are you feeling right now? I know that's probably a dumb question, but I can only imagine the roller coaster of emotions that you're feeling right now.
Well, first of all, Mac, there's no such thing as a dumb question. Very rarely, if at all, will you run into a dumb question. Second of all, you have every right to ask this question. It is indeed a historic day in basketball. It is a new beginning. Yeah, we've heard the acronym ABL before, American Basketball League, but this is a new variant, this is a new rendition. And to answer your question, I've waited 30 years for this moment. 30 years. It took me 9 years from 2012, my senior year in high school, to 2021 to become a collegiate basketball player. And it took me 1.74 years since May 2024 when I graduated from the University of the Incarnate Word to become a professional. And here we are. I know the original plan for me was to go to North Carolina, play for the Tar Heels, and win national championships and get drafted. But hey, you know, things happen and you got to make the best out of it. Sometimes a reroute or a U-turn or a detour, it doesn't hurt.
And yeah, you're right. And, you know, based on what you're saying, I feel like I know the answer to this question. It feels like no regrets for Kevin Molina.
Michael Jordan taught me not to have any. That was one of the things he said back in 2012, Michael Jordan Flight School, Santa Barbara, California. When somebody asked him if he preferred to finish his career as a Chicago Bull, he said yes, that the situation in Washington with the Wizards was unfortunate. He was shocked when the Wizards fired him. But you should never live your life in regret. So I carried that lesson with me ever since, and I still do now.
All right. And I know that you've made friends already with Shaquille Hall. And Shaq, for those of you who don't know, he's another San Antonio area guy. And he played collegiately at UTSA. And he's going to be a teammate of Kevin's, and we'll get him in there shortly. But back to you, Kevin. So I think it's about time we get this party started. What do you say?
Oh, two different birds representing the same city and, you know, in the same nest now. You know, we're used to the Roadrunners and the Cardinals battling for the nest out of San Antonio, but we're going to be sharing a nest known as the Texas Titanium. I just learned that he played at UTSA just now because of you, Mac. I had no idea about that. But I am even more excited on top of my previous excitement because Shaq and I, we met in July 2023 at an overseas combine at Pickup Fitness USA in San Antonio, coordinated by Kiana Johnson, who was one of the head coaches at the Spurs youth camps for the San Antonio Spurs of the National Basketball Association, the NBA. So we got a Roadrunner in the post, and we got a Cardinal in the wing, and we're ready to fly.
Now, this is real silly. I remembered everything. The cameras, I actually did remember the lapel mics, but there's an issue with the mic, so we're not using that today. That's why Kevin's not wearing one on his jacket. But the one thing that I didn't bring with me, and I always bring a pen, but for some reason today Brain fart, didn't bring a pen. Anyone got a pen?
Let's hope the ink works.
Oh yeah, really? And we might even edit this part out, but you know, I don't really concern myself with mistakes because we're all human, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And you go ahead and look it over, you know, and it's pretty clear cut and to the point. Meanwhile, so a little bit about the ABO for those of you who are unfamiliar. Yeah, we've had a few hiccups. It's taken us a while to get to this point. You know, my own illness has been a part of it, and there were other things going on that led us to really a 3-year delay. And so I'm talking to Kevin about his emotions and what he's feeling. Imagine what this almost 65-year-old guy is feeling right now. You know, I couldn't be more excited because I feel like finally our league has some traction, and you know, we're going to have some more signings with some of the other teams. We've got 2 teams in Houston. We've got one in Charlotte, North Carolina. We are working on a few things out west. We expect to announce that sometime shortly. We expect to have an ABL Western Conference, and that should really make things exciting for, you know, two coasts. Well, we're not really on the coast, but certainly 2 regions going up against each other. So Kevin has done the deed, and now I have to do my part.
It's truly beautiful to see the end of one saga and the beginning of another. You know, as a longtime comic book reader myself, it really feels like an accomplishment to go into a story arc, no matter who your favorite characters are, and then see the end of that story arc through and see the character development of everyone involved in the story. And this is exactly what this moment feels like.
All right, well, I'm going to get up and excuse my back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to offer congratulations.
Congratulations to you too.
Oh, this ain't about me today. I said that a little bit, but this is your day, man. So just go in front of the camera and smile and well, you didn't have to do that. Turn that around. It's not your last name. Now I'm probably gonna have to edit that. But in any event, congratulations and welcome to the ABL. Welcome to the Texas Titanium. I know you waited a long time for this, so go get them.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
We're gonna make more history.
We hope so. All right, so that's part 1, and in a moment we're gonna bring Shaquille Hall in here. Kevin, we'll see you in a moment. We're gonna make room for Shaq.
Yes.
Now Shaq, he can play forward, center, and now tell the folks a little bit more about yourself. You know, I mentioned UTSA, and you know, if you know anything about UTSA, you know some of the history. Derek Gervin, who played historically for UTSA and went on to, you know, play in the NBA for a couple of years before going on to be a real star overseas. But so there's a lot of UTSA history. So now you're about to make some of your own. You're going to be one of the first 2 signees to, you know, in the new league. Okay. Now this is old hat to you, I know, but I'm going to ask you to share what you're feeling, because I know when we talked, you know, we hit it off right away, and I shared the vision of the league. So what are your thoughts right now?
Well, first off, you know, Shaquille Hall, 6'6", originally from Chicago, but San Antonio native. Went to Judson High School, graduated there, played basketball, tried out for UTSA for 1 year, and then I went to school in Kansas, Pratt JUCO, stayed there for 2 years, got out, went to the military, served there for 4.5 years, played there, and then played ABA, played for the San Antonio Blaze, played for the Texas Red Wolves, and now I'm happy to be joining the Texas Titanium.
All right. Very good. So, yeah, we both have some sort of a history with the Blaze.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but okay, so I guess there's nothing to it but to do it. You know, we're going
Right.
to, and again, you know, same thing, I encourage you to, you know, look it over. It's really a simple contract, you know, plain English, but feel free to look it over. So how is the season going to unfold? Well, we are tentatively scheduled to start April 25th. That could change. We might push it back by a week or two, depending on availability of other gyms, you know, outside this area here. The plan right now is an 8 to 10 game regular season. That's subject to change because we might have a different kind of a format where each team will host 1, maybe 2 weekends of games. We typically will play on Saturdays. And this way, you still get all those games in, but you know, the home team, who's ever hosting, doesn't have to worry about hosting 5 home games. They may have to host only 2, but yet we still get all the games in. And we're going to try and set it up so that there's always something to play for. You know, it's going to be sort of like a tournament, perhaps, each week, each Saturday. And so the guys will always have something to play for. You know, small cash prize, not going to be anything crazy. Have to discuss that more with the owners to make sure everybody's on the same page. But this is the ABL, and one other thing, our referees are going to know to, you know, call the game right. This isn't the NBA where you get away with traveling, palming violations, and you know, things of that nature. We want to play the game right. We want our guys to play it the way it was meant to be, and we're going to put on a good show. We've got talented ball players coming through here, and some of them may be here for a short while, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing because that means they're moving on and they've propelled themselves to the next level, whatever that may be. Okay, so meanwhile, Shaq is signed, and now I have to do my part. All right, sir, thank you. Welcome aboard, welcome aboard, welcome aboard.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And I'm gonna ask you to hold up the jersey, just look in the camera for a moment. And so that's pretty much it. So, all of you watching are going to see this. Of course, we're not doing this live, but this is going to be recorded and streamed on M3 TV, which you're watching now. And you know, the games will be live. We will have specially selected games throughout the first part. Everybody will be on M3 TV the first part of the season. Second half, that's when you know, we'll make sure to put the better teams on. They're more deserving, and you know, I mean, it's business, right? So that's it from here. For Kevin Molina, for Shaq Hall, and for Kevin Molina's family, who I didn't even mention. He's got some family here. Welcome to you all. And we hope to see you at the games this season. Until then, this is Matt Clare saying thank you for your time this time. Till next time, be blessed, do something nice for somebody, and we'll see you real soon.